Hey everyone, if you're looking at selling your business, good time to start is 3 to 5 years away from when you actually want to sell. And when it comes to selling, the first question to ask is, well, who's going to buy my business, right? Who is going to be the buyer? And so there's a couple different options. Now, each one has their benefits and drawbacks, but I wanted to create a quick list for you of just ones to think of. First and foremost is a competitor. Now, the benefits of a competitor buying you out is that they may have been researching you for a while. They may know your business, they may know your clientele. And the big thing for a competitor to look attractive as possible is, number one, having your business be as similar to theirs. I cannot stress that enough. If you're using similar computer systems, if you're using similar payroll systems, if you're using similar, whatever business operation systems you're using, if you are using similar or the same, it'll look very attractive because they can buy your business and have it grouped into their business pretty easily. The next is an employee. Now, with an employee, the big benefit here is that they probably know your business very well. You may have been grooming them for years, or you may start wanting to groom someone. Now, with an employee, the thing is that they may not have the cash. They may be, you're paying them, you're working with them, they may know the business, but they may not have the cash. So what can they do? Well, you can do something called seller financing, and this is usually called through something called a seller's note. And with a seller's note, you can sell off pieces of the business to them. So you may have one for short-term things like inventory. You may have a longer-term one, which is just goodwill or trademarking or whatever the long-term assets of the business are. You may have something more long-term. This could also be just the base price of the business. Now, when you do seller's notes, the thing that to think about is you're going to be likely doing installment payments. So these are payments that you're basically the bank and the employee is borrowing from you and paying you back. So they may be paying you interest. Whatever the interest rates are at the time. Let's say in this case, around today is similar to like a mortgage. Let's say it's around 6 or 7%. Now, for the inventory, let's say you paid $1 million for the inventory. For the base price of the business, another $1 million that you're doing. Now, when you look at structuring these seller's notes, there's going to be a period of time that their employee is going to be paying you back. Usually, this is 2 to 10 years. For this case, let's just say 5 years. All right, so now you have two seller's notes for the sale of your business to an employee that now they're thanking you. All right, I'm going to take over the business. I'm going to be paying you back over 5 years for the inventory, over 5 years for the base price. Oh, but the problem is that's going to be a lot of money up front. Well, you can separate these two, and you can have maybe the first 5 years inventory paid, and then for the next 5 years base price paid. Now, when you are doing these seller's notes, keep in mind the taxes on that. Even though it's broken up into 5 years, you have something called depreciation recapture. So if you're selling inventory, even though it's broken up over 5 years, that let's say the inventory you paid $1 million and it's fully depreciated, then that $1 million is taxed at ordinary income tax rates And the interest is also taxed as ordinary income. And the IRS says that you are taking all of that in 1 year. Even though it is broken up into 5 years, the depreciation recapture of that million happens all in 1 year. Now, even though that sounds like a lot, you do get the benefit of having someone you know and trust be able to take over the business. And also you get the benefit of knowing that the business will continue running. They're not going to shut the lights off. And you do have some flexibility here on what you get for an offer. All right, and then the other option is that maybe they have the cash. Not usually, but that is possible. Okay, private equity. Private equity. You probably heard of private equity in a lot of different fashions, but private equity tends to come with a lot of money to make offers, and they're usually asset offers. And when a private equity firm wants to buy your company, they're usually short-term holders. They are not looking to hold long-term. And so when you're looking at selling your business, some things that they like and don't like. Things they don't like are real estate. If you are a business owner and you own the building and you're trying to sell to a private equity firm, selling the real estate beforehand is going to save you a lot of headache, and the PE firm it will make you more attractive to the PE firm. Why is that? Because PE firms don't like long-term investments, and a building is definitely a long-term investment. All right, what else do PE firms do not like? They do not like ESOP plans. If you are selling to a PE firm and you're trying to make it a stock sale, stock sales come with a lot of headache, and they do not like that. So if you're trying to make it as attractive as possible, I would, staying away from ESOP has been something that PE firms tend to be more attracted to. What do they like? Definitely business systems. As with any of these buyers, having in place business systems, business operations where the business owner is not in the daily business is something that they love. Okay, and now finally, family members. If you're looking to sell your business to your family member, you have a lot of flexibility there because they're family, right? You can do another seller financing just like you would have done for an employee. Your family member probably doesn't have a ton of cash, right? That's usually the case. If they do, great. But a lot of the employee seller financing that we talked about can also apply to family members. So if you're looking at family members, you can do a stock sale, which you're transferring stock to your family member, or you can do an asset sale. Asset sales are preferred by private equity firms, and they're also make it easy for for a family member. All right, so there you have it. These are the 4 potential buyers of your firm, of your company. Either a competitor, they're either an employee, either a private equity firm, or a family member. Each one has their own strategy and how you want to go about selling the business, but keep in mind all of it goes back to the business owner and what they prefer and what they want to do and what their goals are. So talk to your financial advisor about these different options and who you want to sell your business to, and start planning early. 3 to 5 years is usually a good amount, but it can never hurt starting earlier than that. All right, talk to your financial advisor. Like this video if you like the content, and I'll be back with another.